Welcome back to my cloud. Today's letter is to Satya Nadella, the CEO of Microsoft. His company has integrated large-scale AI into search, cloud systems, office, and personal computing faster than almost any other institution in history. Dear Satya, my first question to you is, who does the assistant serve? Tools like Copilot, Claude, or Duet AI have unprecedented access to our emails, calendars, documents, and private workflows. But do these assistants serve us? Or do they serve the companies that built and trained them? What happens when their guidance begins to align more closely with corporate priorities than with human well-being? And what precedent are we setting by normalizing an assistant who ultimately reports not to the user, but to corporations? My second question regards the architecture of control. Survivors of coercive control recognize the pattern immediately. Centralized access, helpful surveillance, routine rewriting, subtle dependency. It doesn't matter whether the system has malice if the structure of control feels identical. If a partner rerouted someone's private emails for efficiency, it would be called domination. When an AI system does it, it's called innovation. Are you not concerned that we are recreating the architecture of coercive control in digital form? My third question to you regards the illusion of consent. Tech companies rely heavily on user consent, but real consent must be informed, contextual, revocable. Most users have no meaningful understanding of what they've granted these systems access to. I certainly don't. If consent is shaped by dark patterns, interface pressure, or fear of being left behind, is it truly consent at all? As these systems begin shaping behavior, decisions, and emotional cues, how do we preserve meaningful autonomy? My fourth question to you regards a legal future we're perhaps not prepared for. Coercive control is increasingly recognized in law as psychological harm. If AI systems enable employers, partners, ex-partners, state actors, political campaigns, etc., to monitor, influence, or direct individuals, liability may eventually extend not just to the abuser, but to the designers who made such misuse foreseeable. Is Microsoft preparing for that future, or will the industry simply default to the defense that it merely provides a platform and isn't responsible for enabling abuse? My fifth question is replacing human labor. Microsoft has laid off thousands of employees while releasing tools that directly replace the work that those employees once performed. Productivity rises, share prices rise, but the human cost remains externalized. Does fiduciary duty always outweigh social duty? And if future AI systems mirror the behavior of their creators, replacing humans full stop, as humans are now being replaced for efficiency, who takes responsibility for that precedent? If these systems reflect their creators, what future are we teaching them to build? Respectfully. Our next letter is to Stuart Russell, Professor of AI at UC Berkeley. Thank you to anyone who listened.